What's up? What's up? What's up? Friday night. Here we are. So I wrote some things down, and that way I don't forget what I'm talking about. So I got some things wrote down right here. That way I don't forget what I'm talking about. And first thing I'm gonna talk about is how it's not about what Donald Trump says. It's about what Donald Trump's doing and what Donald Trump has done. He's already stopped 9 wars, working on 10 wars. It's not about what he said or what he didn't say. It's about what he's done and what everyone else has done. Carolyn Levitt, Tulsi. It's about what everyone has done. Kash Patel. It's about what everyone has done. It's not about what Donald Trump has said, but it's about what he has done. He has done more than any other president in my lifetime has done. I've never seen this happen before. I've never seen anyone take care of the greatest threat on earth. Donald J. Trump and his team, and J.D. Vance and Donald J. Trump's team got together and took out the greatest threat on earth. Benjamin Netanyahu, Salman. Like I said, it's not about what he says. It's about what he's done and what he is doing. That's actions speak louder than words. So that's what I want to thank Donald J. Trump for saving our country, our children, and our future of our country, and the future of America and the future of Earth. Elon Musk. I know Elon Musk looks at it the same way. The future of Earth is more important than going to the moon, or more important than going to Earth. The civilization of the Earth. Colonization of the Earth. That's it. Colonization of the Earth. We need to recolonize America. And so it's not about what he said. It's about what he's doing and what he's done. That's one of the things I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is the Fountain of Youth. The Fountain of Youth, okay? When Ponce de Leon came to Florida, he come over here looking for the Fountain of Youth. Well, what we have in Florida is 700 natural springs. No one else in America has as many springs as we have in natural water. So if everyone else in America runs out of water, Florida will have water. We have 700 natural springs. That's the Fountain of Youth, because we all need water to survive. In the future of America, we need water to survive. So to keep this water clean, that's why they don't drill for oil. That's why they here in Florida. So this is one of the most important states in America because of the water supply that we have. And another thing is we need to take the stumbling blocks out of America. Take the stumbling blocks out of the kingdom of heaven. The stumbling blocks being drugs, every kind of drug. If it's not marijuana or medical marijuana or alcohol, beer, cigarettes, prescription medication for the people that really need it, that don't need to be here. Meth, coke, crack, fentanyl, Molly, ecstasy, Lortabs, Percocet, Xanax that's unprescribed, Adderall that's unprescribed. If you don't have a prescription for it, it don't need to be here. And like I said, crack, meth, coke, fentanyl, Molly, it don't need to be here, because that's stumbling blocks for the children. It says to get all the stumbling blocks out of the kingdom for the children. That's what we're doing. That's why we're not letting any boats come over here full of drugs, because we don't want drugs coming in our kingdom, because we're getting all the stumbling blocks out of the kingdom of heaven and for the children, the future generations. And so that's something else I want to talk about. Is I'm thankful that we're actually that Jesus' physical army is being able to keep the stumbling blocks out of the kingdom of heaven, and that we're working on getting all the stumbling blocks out of the kingdom of heaven. And here in Tallahassee, if it's illegal, if it's drugs, if it's illegal drugs, fentanyl, meth, crack, coke, heroin, ecstasy, Molly, It's got to go. And so I want, we're going to clean up the kingdom of heaven. We're going to get all the stumbling blocks out. That way the children ain't got to worry about it. And also stumbling blocks could be the wheat from the tares, separating the wheat from the tares. Like I said, we're free from religious laws. Our children need to know that. Our children need to know all they need to do is follow the law and work for a living and budget their money and save their money and do the right thing with their money. They need to focus on their financial situation and a whole lot of other things besides religious laws. That's all I'm going to say. All they have to do is follow the laws. So, and work for a living. See what else I'm going to say. All right. When a strong man returns, he should find us working. That's what that's a parable that Jesus spoke in parables. And one of his parables is the king or the strong man will leave, and he will leave his workers working. And when he returns, he should find them working. And that's the same metaphor parable I say. Where's Jesus coming back to? Earth. According to Revelations 19, he's coming back to earth. And his army is going to make peace on earth. And definitely in America. So when the strong man returns, he should find us working. What should he find us doing? Working on building the kingdom of heaven. Because the kingdom of heaven, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. You have to imagine it in your mind and build it. That's being a master builder. Number 22 is the master builder number. You have to imagine it in your mind, and then you have to build it. What's it say? Nothing that'll get you like you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones. Want to see my picture on the cover. Want to buy 5 copies for my mother. Yep. So, like I said, I decided to write some of this stuff down. That way I don't forget what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, I didn't talk about this one yet. Inheritance without wisdom is folly. Solomon said this. So, if I'm a child and I'm inheriting a bunch of money and I don't know what to do with it, I don't know what to do with the money, then I might spend it on all the wrong things, like the wayward son did. He took his inheritance and spent on all the wrong things, right? And then his dad still forgave him and gave him a coat when he came home. And so inheritance without wisdom is folly. But now we know that this is the kingdom of heaven. This is heaven on earth. America is heaven on earth. Jesus' army is the United States of America's military. We're not waiting on Jesus' army. George Washington built Jesus' army 250 years ago, and that's what we have now. 2026, we have the United States of America's armed forces, Jesus' physical army. And this is Jesus' country, the new heaven and the new earth. That's what they came over here to do. It's been a lot of wars, and a lot of soldiers have died between 500 years ago to now. The Indian War, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, every war between 500 years ago and now. And this is what we got to work with. Everything, we can't go back and change it. We all messed up. We messed up by invading other countries. We messed up by invading this country. That's what Donald J. Trump's doing. He's telling everybody that we messed up, and we're trying to work it out with everybody to where we can all get along and live in peace on earth. That's what we're doing right now. But Netanyahu, Isaiah chapter 2, chapter 3 or chapter 2, verses 2 through 5. I think it's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 through 5. And nation will not rise against nation, and we will not train for war anymore. It's a verse that I had come to me when I was writing all this down. And I got another one right here. Let's see. I got a list of it's like 24 videos that I wanted to cover. Let's see what we're gonna do right here. Jack Cash. You remember in that movie Johnny Cash when Jack Cash he offered to pay him an extra $1 and he cut himself open and he died for an extra damn $1. And but he said, "You hear them angels?" And she said, "Yes, I hear them angels." That's what my belief is. Angelical faith. I have angelical faith that there are angels here on earth, and they're all around us, and you just can't see them all the time. But this is heaven on earth, and have angelical faith. So one of the things I want to talk about is, what would Jesus do? He would flip the script and flip the tables and take away all the labels. That's what Jesus would do, because that's what divides us, is all the labels. And the true gospel of Jesus Christ is heaven on earth. That's heaven on earth. The true gospel of Jesus Christ is, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's why he said, you Pharisees, you teachers of the law, you hypocrites. That's why he says that, because that's religious law he's talking about. He's not talking about, he's not going against the law that we have to follow. We have to follow the law that the government has in place. We have to follow that. But we don't have to worry about religious laws here in America, because we live in a free country and we live in a free state. And so we don't have to worry about religious laws. We still have to worry about the laws of government. And talking about fouls, I'm going to say this for Miss Melania. So, because I saw this, and we're going to end this, and may he rest in peace, and it's over with. You want to talk about fouls? Talk about the 23 million illegal criminal terrorists let into our country over 4 years. That's you want to talk about fouls? Talk about the Vatican's fouls. Talk about that, how the whole book is a fictional book. Talk about how that story is fictional, and ain't nobody on earth come from them two people, Adam and Eve. We didn't come from Adam and Eve. We didn't come from Lot. We didn't come from who is it, Lot, or Noah's 3 sons. We didn't come from Noah and his wife, or Lot and his 3 daughters, 2 daughters, or whatever. We didn't come from them 5,000 years ago. Earth wasn't even flooded 5,000 years ago. So you want to talk about fouls? Let's talk about the Vatican's fouls. Let's talk about the fouls of the people that let 23 million illegal criminal terrorists in our country. And like I said, let that rest in peace. We got more important things to concentrate and focus on and moving forward. Donald Trump, the longest inch. The longest inch is the most important 1-inch conversation we'll ever have. It's the most important 1-inch conversation we'll ever have. That bullet missed his head by 1 inch. I mean, if it would have hit his head, if it would have not missed his head by 1 inch, it would be a whole different ball game. And it just so happens on 13th, just so happens they were in church on a Saturday. I mean, the longest inch. That's the most important 1-inch conversation we'll ever have. I got 500 years of PTSD, because they come over here, and the Europeans come over here and they push this book on the people that were here in America already. And if they didn't agree with it, they lock them up, and they kill them and all kind of bad stuff. They took over their land, so they put them in fear, because they was telling them about this invisible man in the sky, and the Indians didn't know what they were talking about. They were all the Europeans come over here putting up crosses and raising their hands up to the sky, and the Indians are like, they didn't know what they were talking about. The invisible man in the sky. They didn't know what they were talking about. So that's why I say, bring back Tree of Life, marijuana. Let marijuana be legal in our whole country. And it's a plant. So it's a herb, it's a plant. Let it be legal. That's what I say. That's what I'm going for. I'm asking our federal government, our president, our vice president, everyone is in control of the situation. If y'all can change it, I want to legalize marijuana. And it's the Tree of Life. It's the Tree of Life is also United States of America's armed forces that we can come and rest upon and believe in, and also knowledge and wisdom and understanding. That's also the Tree of Life. But in Revelation chapter 22, verse 2, it says the Tree of Life will be in the center of all the cities, the new heaven and new earth. And so that's my answer for all the soldiers that have had to die and risk their lives, and all their families, and everyone in America, and all of us. I want to legalize marijuana for 500 years of PTSD, because they should have never come over here and attacked our land and took over our land. especially here in Florida. Took over the Indians' land. I want to bring back Tree of Life to Florida, legalize marijuana, and also start thinking plurally. It's we and us. Like I said, if I'm he, it's going to be we and us. And the dragon is not the Antichrist. China is not the Antichrist, because China has a different religion, and we didn't go. We tried to go. We didn't go over there and take over their country. Because I'm glad, that's over with as far as I'm concerned. And thank you, Xi Jinping, because I understand they have a full right to believe in what they want to believe. We have a right to believe what we want to believe. They have a right to believe what they want to believe. We don't need to be going over war over it. We don't need to be trying to invade other people's countries. It doesn't have to be preached to all nations. We don't have to go and take over other people's land because of it. We can all work together, and everybody can have their own beliefs. And Jericho's Wall. Jericho's Wall. This is for all the illegal terrorists that have been let into our country. The 500,000 that we've already arrested, we could put them building a wall in Mexico, the wall between Mexico and America. We could put all the illegal terrorists that we arrest over for the rest of the remainder of the country, because if I have anything to do with it, the United States of America's armed forces will be in control of this country for the remainder of the earth, for eternity. If I have anything to do with it, the United States of America's armed forces, federal government, the team of people that we have right now, they will be in control of this country for the rest of Earth. So, if I have anything to do with it, that's how it'd be. Those other people that were in control of our country for the last 4 years will never be in charge again. They will never be in charge of our country again. Never. And I'm thankful for that, and that's what I'm hoping for, and I'll put all my hope into that. That the group of leadership that we have right now, and the team leadership and people that we have right now, like J.D. Vance, that's our future president. We're gonna do this, and United States of America's military, people that have served and fought for their country and know what it's like to die for their country, and know what it's like. The group of leadership that we had wasn't even going to pay our soldiers. They weren't going to pay our law enforcement. They weren't going to pay our federal law. What would have happened in our country? We would have got attacked from Cuba, or attacked from Russia or China or Iran, because they're tired of it. Thankfully, we had Donald J. Trump that could talk to Russia, talk to China, take out Iran. We don't have to worry about that. Thankfully. And I talked about how we have 8 billion people on Earth. We have 8 billion people on Earth, and 350 million in America. And so we have 350 million people in America, and we are the body of Christ. Metaphorically speaking, we are the body of Christ, and we're all supposed to work together. It's like when you go on a job, everybody on that job, if you have a job to do, everyone has to work together. If you got 200 people on job, 300 people on job, everyone has their own part to do, and they all have to work together as, metaphorically speaking, the body of Christ, as one unit, as one team. So, something else. I don't know. Like I said, I got like a whole lot of videos that I want to do, but I don't want to go into no detail right now. I just wanted to touch on, when the strong man returns, he should find us working, and we should be working on building the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we're doing right now. That's what our military is doing. That's what Donald J. Trump's doing. J.D. Vance, that's what they're doing. And getting all the stumbling blocks out the kingdom of heaven. Pete Hegseth and our soldiers are doing that. And our federal officers are doing that. And inheritance without wisdom is folly. Now we have the knowledge and the wisdom to go with the inheritance. This is the kingdom of heaven, and we're supposed to build our own little heavenly kingdom. Get you a piece of land, get you a house, and build your own heavenly kingdom. Have you a wife, family, enjoy the rest of your life in heaven on earth, because it might be the only chance of heaven on earth you get. And that's about it. Y'all have a good night.